Chapter 1, The Mischief Begins. In the village of Willowbrook, so peaceful and bright, lived folks who would laugh and sleep well at night. But one day, a goblin named Grixie arrived. Switching signposts and causing confusion, mischief revived. Two clever siblings, Emma and Jack, decided to solve the mystery and bring order back. Emma, brave and cheerful, and Jack, wise and keen, planned to catch Grixie, ending his mischievous scheme. As night fell, Grixie tiptoed around, creating more chaos without making a sound. Pies ended up in trees, the pond was a mess. Emma and Jack knew they had to address. Their search led them through meadows and streams, following footprints to Grixie's cave by the beams. The siblings stood firm, ready to confront. With courage and determination, their spirits weren't blunt. And so, their adventure had just begun. To bring peace to Willowbrook, chasing away the fun. Emma and Jack, with bravery and cleverness in tow, knew that no prank could stop their heroism's glow. Chapter 2, The Plan. Emma and Jack sat down with a map, planning their quest to close the mischief gap. With pencils and paper, they worked side by side, drawing out ideas, their excitement hard to hide. "We'll set a trap, simple and neat," said Jack with a grin, tapping his feet. "Using some sweets and a shiny red bell, we'll lure Grixie out with a tempting spell." They gathered supplies from their little home, a net, some rope, and a shiny chrome dome. In the moonlight, they set up their plot, hoping to catch Grixie right on the spot. Night fell again, the village was still. Emma and Jack waited up on the hill, with eyes wide open and hearts full of hope. They watched their trap with a long piece of rope. Grixie crept close, drawn by the bait. Emma and Jack held their breath, feeling fate. With a clang and a snap, the trap did its part, catching the goblin with a thumping heart. Chapter 3, A Tricky Goblin. Grixie was caught, but she wouldn't stay still, squirming and wriggling with a determined will. She laughed and she cackled, her eyes full of glee. "This net won't hold, just wait and see." Emma and Jack kept a close watch, determined to keep their sneaky catch. They tightened the ropes and held on tight, but Grixie's tricks were far from light. With a flick of her wrist and a goblin grin, she conjured up magic from deep within. The ropes turned to ribbons, the net turned to fluff. Grixie escaped with a giggle and a puff. The kids were surprised but wouldn't give in, chasing after Grixie with a grin. Through the forest, over rocks and streams, they followed the goblin, chasing their dreams. Grixie led them to a dark, hidden cave. Emma and Jack stayed brave. "We'll catch her again, just wait and see," they whispered softly, filled with glee. Chapter 4, Following Clues. Emma and Jack, determined and bright, set out to find Grixie in the dead of night. They followed the clues she left behind. Footprints, feathers, and bits of twine. Through the woods, they quietly crept, over hills and valleys, while others slept. They found a trail of sparkling dust, and followed it onward with growing trust. Grixie's tricks were cunning and sly. She left false paths under the sky. But Emma and Jack were sharp and keen. They saw through her ruse, the tricks she'd mean. A broken twig, a rustling sound, led them closer to where she was found. They held their breath, moved with care, hoping to find the goblin there. Deep in the forest, near an old oak tree, they spotted Grixie, as quick as can be. With a plan in mind and heart so true, they prepared to catch her, knowing what to do. Chapter 5, Setting a Better Trap. Emma and Jack, they hatched a new plan. A trap so clever, with a well-thought span. They gathered supplies, each piece precise, determined to catch Grixie, no matter the price. A shiny bauble, a sparkling gem, placed with care, a lure for them. A net was crafted, strong and neat, hidden well where paths did meet. They sprinkled crumbs of a sweet delight, to tempt the goblin in the night. With watchful eyes and bated breath, they waited for Grixie, prepared for her test. The night grew dark, the stars did gleam, as Grixie approached, just like a dream. She sniffed the air, and eyed the bait. Creeping closer, she took the bait. With a swift move and a click so fast, the trap was sprung, they'd caught her at last. Emma and Jack cheered with glee, for they'd outsmarted Grixie, as proud as can be. Chapter 6, The Chase. Grixie was clever, and quick on her feet, escaped the trap, out to the street. Emma and Jack, they saw her flee, raced after Grixie, as fast as could be. Through the village, over the hill, Grixie ran with a goblin thrill. Emma and Jack, they didn't tire, chasing the goblin with hearts of fire. Grixie dashed through a bustling square, dodging people everywhere. Emma and Jack kept up the pace, determined not to lose the race. Into the woods, where shadows loom, the chase continued 'neath the moon. Grixie leapt over rocks and streams, Emma and Jack followed their dreams. At last, they cornered her in a glen. Grixie knew she was caught again. With a sigh, she stopped her run, and faced the friends in the rising sun. Chapter 7, A Goblin's Trick. Grixie sighed, but gave a grin. "I'll show you a trick, if you let me win." Emma and Jack, they took the bait, curious to see Grixie's fate. She pulled a coin from behind her ear, and made it vanish, then reappear. Emma and Jack watched with awe, at the goblin's trick, without a flaw. Grixie juggled stones with ease, and made leaves dance in the breeze. She spun around and disappeared, then popped back up, as they cheered. But as they clapped, Grixie slipped away, her trick a ruse to dodge the fray. Emma and Jack, they quickly saw, they'd been tricked by Grixie's clever paw. Now more determined, they took a stand, ready to chase her across the land. With lessons learned from the goblin's trick, they vowed to catch her, quick and slick. Chapter 8, A Goblin's Friendship. Through the woods, with hearts set high, Emma and Jack gave one more try. They found Grixie by a stream, sitting quietly, lost in a dream. "Why do you run? Why do you hide?" Emma asked, by Grixie's side. Grixie sighed, and then confessed, "I only want a friend, I must attest." Jack and Emma shared a glance. Maybe this was their last chance. "Why didn't you say so from the start?" Jack asked with a kind heart. Grixie's eyes, they filled with hope. No more tricks, no need to cope. She promised to be true and kind, leaving her mischievous ways behind. From that day on, a friendship grew, with laughter, joy, and skies of blue. Grixie, Emma, and Jack, a perfect blend, found in each other, the truest friend. Chapter 9, Peace in the Village. With Grixie's mischief now at rest, the village thrived, feeling blessed. Emma, Jack, and Grixie too, worked together, hearts so true. In the village, peace did reign. Laughter echoed down each lane. No more pranks and no more fear, only joy and good cheer. Each day brought new adventures grand, exploring far and wide the land. With trust and friendship, hand in hand, they built a life so bright and planned. The village flourished, hearts aglow, with every seed of care they'd sow. Emma, Jack, and Grixie's song, in this place they'd all belong. So began a chapter bright, filled with love and pure delight. A new beginning, fresh and true, in a world where dreams come through.